So this is the new family saloon then, the Tesla Model Y Performance, and the performance bit means it's even quicker than the normal Model Y, which is really quick anyway, but around 500 brake horsepower and 500 foot-pound of torque, and of course with that electric motor from virtually nothing, so acceleration isn't a problem. After years of enjoying and driving my Lexus LS 600H, which did get 30 miles per gallon, which is remarkable, through a company car scheme, I've decided to take the plunge and get this electric machine, which I'm pretty pleased with. I've curbed one of the alloys already in an NCB car park, but that's not a great design. They tend to poke out more than the actual tyres, but they look great. But I'm sure I'm going to have them repaired before it goes back to the great owner in the sky, Tusker or whatever. I've got mixed feelings really about this car. Incredible technology, but some things are behind where the Lexus was in 2008 in terms of luxury, I suppose. The Lexus had soft closed doors front and rear. This doesn't have any. It had reclinable seats in the back and cooled and heated seats front and rear. This has heated seats front and rear, but not cooled. It has enormous boot capacity, 2,000 litres of space this has got, because it's got a front boot, effectively a frunk as they call it in America, and huge boot. And the boot itself has got even more space in it, if you know what I mean. So under here there's more space. It's quite a Trax Land Rover thing. That's great fun, that crawl. Anyway, so yeah, I am thrilled to bits. I had the optional extra white and black interior, which I think looks really good considering it isn't leather. It doesn't seem to detract from this. It's a good quality interior. I've gone for the bigger wheels because I'm really a yob at heart. And it's a nice place to be. Everything's controlled by these screens. You've all seen all that. You can get it to play games and karaoke and all sorts. The advanced autopilot feature's pretty good. That allows you to really, it does sort of steer itself and change lane and things like that. To a point, you've got to keep your hand on the steering wheel, otherwise it gets very cross. And it's not steering itself completely yet, but I understand that's not a million miles off with these things. So and in certain conditions, I think in certain cities with a full autopilot, they are starting to do that rather scarily. Steering wheel feels nice. The steering's really fast. You can set the speed of the steering. It is a bit of a harsh ride. It's got the so-say it has all-in suspension, whether it does, in terms of dampers I mean, whether it does anymore, because Tesla have got a bit of a knack of changing specs on things and finding a better priced equivalent, I suppose. But that's the story. Big brakes up front, which they all have, I think, and slightly meatier brakes on the back than the basic one. But when I was growing up, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds was something to be amazed at. I used to walk up the town to see a Cobra 289, a genuine one, at the Cotswold Sports Car Centre, before they became mega valuable. Just to squidge my nose against the window to look at it, because it did 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. This is a family car that does the equivalent of about 100 miles per gallon equivalent of cost, and it does it in 3.5, and the quarter mile in about 12 or 11 something or other, which is just motorbike territory in the old days. So nice car. You can put it in chill mode and that's quite relaxing. It's got a lovely glass roof. I think there's a lot to commend them. They don't have the character of a petrol engine. I call it the demented milk float, because it makes the noise if you gun it, a bit like the old milk floats used to. It makes like a whistling noise. I love this Tesla superchargers as well. I've given it a supercharge and it was filling the battery up so quickly I just couldn't believe it. It's over 100 kilowatts, and there's a clip to it here. 360 miles an hour worth of charge. Well, you can't argue with that, can you? A Tesla supercharger. Well, I hope it doesn't set fire to my... No wonder the batteries catch fire. You've got 110 kilowatts of energy going into it. Bloody hell. Very interesting. It's been an interesting experience, this car. Anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed a quick look round the Model Y. It's too early really for me to completely make my mind up on it. It's got more power at the back than the rear, which I think gives it a nice balance. It does feel a bit more, it does feel four-wheel drive, but you feel that the back's really shoving you along as well as the front pulling you along, if that makes any sense. You do get a feel for that. You know, the kids love it. It's very quiet on the motorway. Say this performance suspension makes it a little bit harsh is the only thing. What a shame, you know. Lexus again had air suspension that you could change from really comfy to much firmer for faster driving. You don't get that in the Lexus. It's one size fits all, sorry, in the Tesla. But it is a modern marvel, and I think linked with the computers it's got on it and all the cameras around it and the charging network, there's still something to commend the Teslas. But it's early days yet. I've only had it a couple of weeks, and look forward to doing a video when I've really got to know it after 6 months or so. But over and out for now. And no, I haven't gone completely green. I've still got loads of engines.